welcome on behalf of our startup family, Mr. Riaz, Manager, Kerala Startup Mission, and Mr. Kannan, District Lead Bank Manager, Kasaragod District Syndicate Bank. So, as we were telling last session, today we will be mainly discussing the credit and upscaling opportunities of the business. So, as you know that the Kalpa Green Chat is a Saturday series. Every Saturday, CPCRI Agri-Business Incubation Center and the Kerala Startup Mission jointly organize this program, mainly to promote entrepreneurship among the youth and farmers across the nation. As we know, our mandates are research on coconut, arecanut and cocoa. But we'll also help all of you to have business ventures in other sectors, especially agriculture sectors. So I am Muralidharan, head of the Social Science Division and Agri-Business Incubator. To those who not know much about the institute actually started in 1916 at Kasaragod. That time it was Central Coconut Research Station, and in 1970 it was brought under Indian Council of Agriculture Research. At present we have the mandate to do research on coconut, arecanut and cocoa. We have a regional station at Kayangulam, Kerala and at Vittal, Karnataka. Then research centers starting from Kaikuchi, Assam, Mohitnagar, West Bengal, Kidu, Karnataka. And we also have 2 KVKs. And as you know that all the research and education aspects in agriculture is monitored and controlled by Indian Council of Agriculture Research. It has more than around 113 research institutes across the country. Then also shaping up the agricultural education through the state agricultural universities. And ICR also have around 5 deemed to be universities also. And the Krishi Vigyan Kendra, again, it is for popularizing technologies at a district level, for especially targeting the farmers. Then coming to agribusiness incubation, ICR started this kind of work in 2008 onwards, and 2013 the agribusiness incubation center at CPCRI established. Near to Kerala, we have in Kerala at the CPCRI Kasaragod, then Indian Institute of Spices Research Kozhikode, Central Tuber Crops Research Institute Thiruvananthapuram, Central Institute for Fisheries Technology Kochi. These are the agribusiness incubators in Kerala. Plus we have at Kerala Agricultural University Thrissur also one agribusiness incubation center. Then other nearby institutions are, one is at IIHR, Indian Institute of Horticulture Research, Bangalore, the National Research Center for Banana, Tiruchirappalli, Sugarcane Breeding Institute, Coimbatore, Directorate of Cashew Research, Puttur. And as I was mentioning, all other states also, we have the Agribusiness Incubation Center under Indian Council of Agriculture Research, and we have a network among these incubators. And TNAU, Tamil Nadu Agricultural University, Coimbatore also has one incubation center, one of the oldest. And coming to the technologies available with the agricultural sector and agricultural research institutes, mainly can be in 4 categories. The major core area is the seed, because especially in the annuals, you know that every year we need new seeds and improvement is taking place. And you have, 1 second. Hello. So then we have a lot of seed opportunities. May not be in coconut, cocoa and arecanut, but other crops, especially annuals, paddy, then pulses, flowering, horticulture crops, vegetables. then floriculture. There are a lot of opportunities. So one core area of the agriculture research is improving the varieties or bringing new varieties. And there are many seed ventures associated with different agribusiness incubators. In fact, CPCRI also has 3 nurseries associated with us. 2 are old nurseries, 1 is a newly establishing one. So nursery ventures are very important business opportunity. Then another aspect is the agriculture inputs, maybe biofertilizer, biopesticides, or fertilizer mixtures, then organic inputs. Like that, there are an array of inputs required for agriculture that the technologies are available. Maybe in this irrigation, fertigation, like that, so many inputs are required for the agriculture sector. Not only inputs, even services also. There are many paid services now available. The ventures are coming. Business opportunities are there for in the service sector also, providing the inputs and other services. One example is custom hiring center, because the agricultural implements can be kept in one place and you can give it in for hiring. The farmers can hire that implements. So such services also coming up. Then another area is insurance. Then coming another major area, which also the country is poised to have a very big revolution, is the food processing. So there are many institutes have very good food technologies available, processing technologies available, and we too have many at the CPCRI. Then another fourth one is the missionaries. Few institutes are having these missionaries for commercialization. Luckily, CPCRI also has few. Then that agricultural engineering institutes are having such missionaries, and some universities also have. So those interested manufacturing the machineries, they can take the technologies from those institutions and start business. I'll be taking 2 more minutes only. So some of the novel food products from CPCRI are virgin coconut oil, coconut chips, kalparasa, and palm sugar, that is our neera. Kalparasa is nothing but neera, unfermented neera. There is no alcohol in it. Then coconut beverages such as carbonated coconut water or carbonated tender coconut water, etc. Then vinegar. Then coconut frozen delicacy. It is a vegan product, complete vegetarian product, ice cream. But no animal protein is animal fat or protein is there. So pure vegetarian product from coconut. Then Kalpa Crunch is a snack based on the, after removing the coconut milk, the whatever residue you get, you can mix it with some cereals and extruded form, you can make this Kalpa Crunch. Then coconut milk powder, recently we developed the technology. We will have a session on such new technologies in subsequent weeks. Today we will not discuss in detail on this. Then we have trimmed tender coconut, etc. Then we have, as I told, for agricultural inputs, we have many green manure, then biofertilizers, vermicomposting technologies, then organic carpet composting, trichoderma cake, like that. Then micronutrient mixture for coconut, that is called a Kalpa Vardhini and Kalpa Poshak, which is a new technology. Like that, many such inputs are available. Biofertilizers, botanicals for controlling pest and diseases. Such opportunities are there. Not only in our institute, other ICR institutes also, such technologies are available specific to their crops. Then, as I mentioned, I am also looking after the incubation, agribusiness incubation. Here, we have in-house facilities for production of virgin coconut oil, desiccated coconut, coconut chips, activated shell carbon, coconut sugar, bean chuvar chocolate, coconut frozen delicacy, etc. Kalpa Crunch, etc. So details you can see at our website www.cpcriagribiz.in. And these are some of our incubators. Then next next Saturday, July 25th, we'll have a post-COVID livelihood security institutional support by Kudumbasri and District Industry Center. I request all of you to join in that meeting also, and also pass this information to your friends and other communities. With this, I conclude. We will have more interaction after the presentation from Mr. Riaz and Kannan. So I leave here. I request Jesse to coordinate next presenter. So you can, I will be removing the share screen from here.
Okay, Jose.
Okay,
Good morning.
thank you, sir. Good morning.
I just, first of all, let me appreciate CPCRA for taking such a brilliant initiative. One more thing is that the name itself, it's very unique. I would say that emotionally connected. Kalpa Green Chat. I don't know how many of you are actually understood that the meaning of the series itself. It is learned that many of the participants are outside the state also. So I will briefly explain about what exactly Kerala Startup Mission is doing. Then I will move what are the support system mechanism exists and how the state government support the entrepreneurs in general, technology entrepreneurs in particular, and with respect to the agri Startup Mission primarily it's a completely state government owned entity. The objective and the mission of the state Startup Mission is to promote innovation and technology entrepreneurship. We need to understand clearly the distinction between entrepreneurship and startup. All the entrepreneurship we are not catering actually. Only the entrepreneurship having an innovation component plus the potential to have a exponential growth, and only that will come under the startup mission. Primary startup mission works in a broader manner. Startup mission works in a 5 areas. For the promotion of the innovation and entrepreneurship, the first and foremost task of the Startup Mission is to promote entrepreneurship and innovation among all the stakeholders in the state, including the students. So that is the one of the critical and the crucial part we are playing. So in that aspect, different schemes and programs, starting from the schools to the professional community. Schools, we run series of workshops with respect to innovation and entrepreneurship, and we provide electronic kit kind of things. So that is one element. It seems, am I audible? We are starting from the school level and then moving to the college level. We are setting up of innovation cells where the students having a inclination towards entrepreneurship. We are providing support by way of setting up of mini incubator and capacity development activities kind of thing. Then the third element, the second element, even in the first element itself, there is an important element which we cater through our communities, including the professional community. We onboard communities and make them as our part and parcel of our entire strategy. Through them, we conduct open workshops and series for the general public. Promotion of the first element. The idea is to inculcate the culture of entrepreneurship. The second element is primarily focusing on the knowledge and idea, where our focus is to create new knowledge, infrastructure, and all those things comes here. As of now, we have set up mini incubators in 252 colleges across the state of Kerala, where we provide lot of hand-holding support to the students having an idea. That is the one segment. Similarly, we partnered with the Massachusetts Institute of Technology and set up Fab Lab, digital fabrication facility. Initially, that we had set up one in the Technopark Trivandrum, other in the Kochi campus. Then later we realized that there is a much more need for democratizing, decentralizing these type of infrastructure facility. And subsequently, we set up 20 mini Fab Labs in various engineering and other academic institutions. Recently, this year, in the month of January, Massachusetts Institute of Technologies, the Fab Lab team, they opened the second Super Fab Lab outside the MIT system. So that means this digital fabrication facility has all the tools and equipments required for a maker to transform or translate their idea into a prototype or a product kind of things. That is the idea and knowledge time. And the third element in this idea and knowledge space is we do have a specific lab for catering the needs of the future technology, specifically to augmented reality and virtual reality. We have set up 2 labs, one in Trivandrum, other in Kochi, so that the students and the startups working in this space, they don't need to invest in the equipments. These equipments and the softwares are very costly, so they can make use of this facility and they can experiment their ideas. This is the third element of the idea and knowledge element. The fourth element is we already procured and sourced a large number of softwares for the benefit of the innovators and the startup founders, so that they don't need to invest. They can focus on their work, they can focus on their idea, they can utilize this thing. And thereby we are ensuring the optimal use of the resources. This is the second bucket, idea and knowledge, other than the evangelization activity. Third is incubation. Of course, if I will give more input from here onwards. The incubation, Dr. Murali sir already mentioned about the incubation activities, what CPCRI is doing it. Tata Mission also give a lot of thrust to the incubation activities, because here, if an innovator, most of you will have an idea and you will get the next. There is a substantial amount of ongoing. Incubation plays a critical role in this thing. Our incubation Tata Mission directly manages 5 incubation facilities, and we partnered with other entities and set up specialized incubators. For example, bio life science area and set up the BioNest in Kochi. That's a separate incubation facility. Similarly, Indian Institute of Information Technology, Kerala, we partnered and set up country's first hardware incubator named Maker Village. Then there are private incubators, PPP incubators. Kannur we have set up in a PPP mode. MyZone we set up, and there is another TimeT we do support. And private incubators also we are giving some level of support. And Kozhikode, we have set up exclusive incubator facility for the mobile related innovations. This is the innovation, the incubation related activities. One of the critical aspects Tata Mission doing in the incubation activity is we do have a structured program. Right now it's almost 18 months structured incubation program. So if you have an idea with respect to the technology, then you can approach us and we will guide you and will take you through this structured incubation program. This program primarily focusing on helping the innovators to validate the idea, if it requires fine-tuning the product, then getting more customers, traction, and make sure that by the end of the incubation program, your product is ready for launch and you have a enough traction so that you can directly approach investors. This is a clearly laid out structured program. Recently, we realized that we don't have any pre-incubation program so far. So recently we realized that we were getting a lot of query from we do have an idea, we don't know how to do it. Generally, when we take a startup to incubation program, we must have a MVP, minimum viable product prototype. But we were getting a lot of queries that we do have an idea, how do we take it forward. Then we designed a specific program. It's a fail fast program. The idea is to give lot of exposure and understanding about the innovators in their early stage itself, so that they can immediately test their product and get the feedback, and accordingly they can. Otherwise, generally what will happen if they are not taking expert support, this will take a long time. After 2 or 3 years only, they will come to know that our product might not fit into the market. So that it's a waste of time for all of us. So that is why we came up with a pre-incubation program, fail fast program. We successfully running this program. The fourth bucket is primarily, I personally look at taking care of this aspect, is funding. Of course, similar to the mentoring and incubation support, one of the critical aspect of the for the success of a entrepreneurship is getting or access to capital and getting the right kind of capital. Here, Startup Mission devised a strategy to ensure what are the steps, what are the type of funds they require. First and foremost, generally we categorize the innovators into different buckets also. So in the idea stage, generally a startup founder or an innovator need some small amount of money to ideate that product actually. So we came up with a grant scheme. So we are starting a even for the school students, we are providing 2 lakhs idea grant. This is primarily to help them to play with that idea actually. This typically speaking, this can be considered as part of a larger evangelization activity. So this is the grant component. 2 lakhs is an idea. Then if we want to take it into a product, product is to develop the product, we are again giving a 5 to 7 lakhs grant. If they wanted to scale it up, then we are coming up with a scale-up grant. We are providing up to 12 lakhs in this category. And in certain cases, I think this is primarily or relevant for the most of the researchers and the research-related programs. We are even devised a grant. We do have a grant called research grant. Up to 30 lakhs, we are giving as a grant to the innovators to do the more research and fine-tune the product actually as a research grant. Other type of grants is there is a travel grant. If an innovator or a startup founder want to expand his business and need to travel outside the country, we do have a travel grant. And if they wanted to attend some exhibitions, international exhibitions, we generally promote them to attend international exhibitions. There is this travel grant can be obtained. And the other segment of the grant primarily is related to, again, that is relevant here, it's a patent. So up to 2 lakhs, if you are looking for a national patent, we are giving a grant up to 2 lakhs. If it is an international, if you are looking for an international patent, we are providing 10 lakhs, up to 10 lakhs grant. So there are 30 to 40 startups already avail these type of grants already. This is the grant element. Then comes, we understand with this money, we may not be able to take our product into large scale. Once a startup design their product and develop the product and reach the market, they need to expand. So for the expansion, they need additional money. Here we introduce the seed fund. It's basically a loan program, loan scheme. So we provide maximum 25 lakhs. We are giving a loan. There is a first year, it's a moratorium, and we are then thereafter they need to return back. They need to repay. So we are charging only a 6% interest rate only. So that is the second element. The third element is this itself is not sufficient. When we talk about exponential growth, we need to think about larger investment. So how do we bring that thing? Then we came up with a beautiful intervention called Fund of Fund scheme. Basically, through this Fund of Fund schemes, Government of Kerala selected the SEBI, Stock Exchange Board of India's SEBI accredited venture fund, alternative investment funds, as our partners, and the government invested in these funds, and the funds need to invest in the startups. The idea is government can invest maximum. It's a policy as per Kerala technology policy. This has been incorporated, and the idea is the state government can invest up to 25 lakhs, up to 25% of the total fund size in a fund. The only condition we are insisting that whatever may be the investment from our side, the double the amount, the fund need to invest in Kerala-based startup. As of now, today, we do have 4 funds are working with us, and there are around 900 crore funds are available, out of which 250 crores they need to invest in Kerala over the next 2 to 3 year period of time. Our funds are already invested in more than 17 startups as of now invested. Another 3 more are coming up. So this is a golden opportunity for innovators to tap in, because funds have a mandatory legal binding to invest in Kerala. So that they have no other options, because they agreed to Government of Kerala's investment policy and took money from the state government. So naturally, they need to invest in 250 crores. So grab that opportunity. Having said that, they can even invest the entire amount in Kerala. So there is nothing preventing them actually, because investors are actually looking for money. If your product are really good, if they like it, they don't need to worry about, they don't need to look for options other than outside Kerala. And most strikingly, one of our fund, Unicorn Fund, which was selected in the earlier stage also, they invested in 9 startups so far. They created a exclusive Kerala fund itself, 100 crore Kerala fund itself. That is a very, very positive sign. This is one element. There is then other element of funding aspect, which Kerala Startup Mission is doing a lot of activities. Interestingly, I already mentioned about 900 crores are available. More than last year itself, more than 350 crores are already invested in Kerala startup. But if you ask me how many Keralites are invested in these startups, it's a very handful number of itself. There is another set of people investors called angels. These angels are as the name indicates, these are all the people who actually support the innovators in their early stages. Typically, we see venture capitalists invest only after a certain period only, but angels invest in the early stage, even in the idea stage itself. But unfortunately, Kerala does not have much angels actually. So Startup Mission took this as a serious intervention, strategic intervention. We are trying to nurture angel investors across the Kerala. As part of things, we are giving a lot of thrust to create a angel network. Angel networks are nothing but, unlike VCs are I'm not going into the technical details. VCs are more like a structured legal entity, whereas angel network are not legal entity. Based on a group of people come together and they discuss about the potential of a business. If they like it, they are investing individually. There is no legal structure involved in this thing. Having said that, say for example, if an innovator needs 1 crore, suppose either 20 members come together and putting 5 lakhs each. Ultimately, the innovator gets 1 crore, but risk is mitigating. This is a high risk area. And we are trying to create more angel network. Earlier here, there are only 1 or 2 angel network, one in Trivandrum and Bangalore based Conglow Ventures. They were invested, and nothing much more than. And there are gods and angels, but not much active. And recently, even in your neighboring district itself, one of the gentlemen called Shiran Sugunan, he took the initiative, and with our support itself, they created a Malabar Angel Network. They invested around, already invested 4, and 3 more are going to announce soon itself. Calicut, there is another investment, small young entrepreneurs network, Smart Spark. They are actively investing in it. And we do have a Thai Kerala Angel Network. They announced their first investment in our one of our investor summit itself. Then we have created, with our support, we have created another one in Creative Angel Network. But this is not sufficient. Most of our innovators needs 25 to 50 lakhs only. So this our own people can actually contribute. Here we are playing a critical role, building the angel network ecosystem in the state. This part of this thing, we have a program called Seeding Kerala. That's an exclusive community of angel network who are looking for investment into this thing. Objectives are 3. One is seeding investment culture among Keralites. Second is seeding investment into the Kerala-based startup. Third is seeding investors from outside the Kerala to Kerala ecosystem, so that everyone can learn. This is a practical, this required a lot of practical experience. So this is one segment. And funding, how do Startup Mission support the innovators? We do have a program called Investor Cafe. Last Wednesdays of every month, we conduct meetings of one-on-one meeting with the selected startup, with the selected investors. This includes venture capitalists, angel investors, strategic investors. So with till the COVID, when the COVID erupted, we were doing it on a physical mode. But for us, this was COVID was a very, I would say that we changed our mode on a last May and June until today also. On an average, every day we are conducting 3 to 4 pitches. That means individually innovators are pitching their product before a investor, so virtually. So this is a more. So our side, the Startup Mission team will evaluate, help the innovators to prepare their pitch deck, what to tell and how to tell, what not to tell, because that is also is very critical, because most of us, our innovators, this is, I just want to share it, innovators are very hardworking, and they might not do any show off kind of thing, but they will tell all the things, which is sometimes this is harmful also. We need to tell only the relevant things. This is this training the Startup Mission is supporting. And the last bucket, the 5th bucket, is business development. That is enterprises development. When the startups grown to got the fund and they need to move to the global landscape, they need different level of support. One level of support is we are taking them to various international exhibitions, programs, that is one level. Second is that we are connecting them with, we are providing them international business connect through various trade commissions and different international agencies and universities. This is the third. And we recently set up 2 launch pad in US and UK. primarily to help the startups who are looking for expansion into this market. Initially, it will be very difficult for an innovator to set up their office in the unknown land. So initial days, we help them to set up their business. So US and UK, we do have one, and Australia and Singapore will have a couple of soft land. These are all the larger support mechanism we are giving. And recently, during the COVID, how do we tackle the COVID pandemic? Because many of the people in the startup ecosystem and the technology sphere, they're all were worried about how exactly this will affect the startups. We positively responded. What we did, initially we conducted a survey, understood their requirement, their challenges, and all those things. We found that this time we need a lot of hand holding. So one level is we ensured money into the accounts of the, how do we ensure? Many of them had applied for our funds. We released as many funds available with us to all these things. Second is that we ensured business continuity. To ensure the business continuity, we conducted big demo days, virtual demo days. We invited corporates and connected them with corporates. Come up even now. It is happening itself. Last June it happened. Next edition is happening in the August 27 and 28. So, and corporates came up with their problem statement, which startups can take up, or they can provide their solution also. That was the beautiful intervention we did. And most importantly, similar to startups, there is another major set of industry suffered during the pandemic. That is MSME segment. And MSME segment, without digitization, now they can't go into the next league. So what we did was, we connected MSMEs and startup together. So both in a win-win situation, we are now they are in that. So startups can provide their digital services to MSME. MSME can vice versa take the service from the startup. So both will benefit in this larger. Okay. And in this context, we also designed a larger program to help the MSMEs to the next league with the support of a scale-up program with the support of an international foundation called Wadhwani Foundation. This is in the business continuity. Now we are moving into the other area. We would like to help them. We already waived some of their rent in our incubation facility. Now we would like to take them to connect them with the research institution. Research institution has a lot of solution. So we wanted to connect them with the research institution as well. So these are all the major interventions and the approaches the Kerala Startup Mission has initiated. I'm just winding up for the time being, and I'm happy to take any question if you have. And if I am aware, I can explain it, or else we'll take it. Thank you. Thank you.
Hello, thank you, sir. If anybody have any questions, please ask. Okay.
Yeah, may I ask?
Yeah, sure.
My name is Ravindran from Malabar Innovation and Entrepreneurship Development Zone. I'm part of this Malabar Angel Investors Network, Positive Commune Entrepreneurship Club, and Kerala's initiative to transform and emerge. Congratulations for organizing such a wonderful program. Riaz sir, special thanks to you for explaining it very well. It was wonderful. I thanks on behalf of my representing organizations. It will be good if you can provide the contact number of. I have the number, but for the general audience, if number of Riaz sir can be provided, that will be good. That is one thing. And apart from these Malabar Angels, we would also like to create one more angel network based at Trivandrum on the platform of Kerala's initiative to transform and emerge, KITE. So how we have to proceed, I just wanted to understand. That is all. I just wanted to congratulate the organizers once again. Thank you.
There is, first of all, I was not aware that you are attending this session. You are one of the catalysts in making changes in the North Malabar. I am well aware that. Startup Mission has recently taken a policy decision to co-invest along with the angel investors, primarily to mitigate the risk. Say, for example, in your angel network, if you are investing itself, say the innovators may require 2 crore rupees or 1 crore rupees. So you are investing 75 lakhs and Startup Mission can invest the 25 lakh also. So that we are also endorsing the idea. So that is one segment. Rest of the things, the formalities and all those things we'll discuss in person, and we will explain, and we'll extend all wholehearted support to your endeavors, and we are with you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Yes.
Can we ask one more question, sir?
Yeah, you can. I think this will.
Sir, I'm new to this forum, sir. I'm Dr. Majid. I'm on behalf of Build Up Kasaragod. You know, my district is one of the very, very undeveloped districts when compared to all other districts. So we have formed a group of people, nearly 3,000 people in Kasaragod. Overall development we are willing. So how best you can help us, sir?
See, I don't have any straightforward answer, but there are a couple of things which I would like to emphasize. Don't think you are a underdeveloped or a district.
No, because I'm working in a cardiac surgeon. I'm a heart surgeon at Ahmedabad. I have moved, more than 20 countries, including Japan, America. When compared to most of the part of Kerala, Kasaragod is totally undeveloped in health and education. I can't say all aspects. It's very much essential to improve our basic, buying capacity of each individual. So it's very high time that we have to intervene now, because we are not getting supported by political or any other moves. I myself, I am the doctor here. I have declared death daily on the basis 2-3 deaths across the border, which is not reported yet. And there is no doctor seeing patients here. Only daily, on the other day, I am declaring death here. You don't realize the difficulty we are facing. In a stretch of 50 kilometers, we don't have an X-ray in our district from Kasaragod to Mangalore. So sorry to put you in trouble, sir. Just I am asking, for common man, how best we can associate with you, and what are your, simple suggestions? Please be too simple, not too complicate. Sorry. Please put your ideas. We will definitely have association with you for a long term. This is just beginning, sir.
Yeah. I'm not the right person to address most of the things you mentioned right now. But having said that, being a person responsible for promoting technology entrepreneurship, I can talk about that aspect. We already have a small space in Kasaragod. In fact, Kasaragodian people, I know many of them are really enterprising people. We should leverage that thing, and we should baptize them into the technology sphere also. Only with the technology only we can make miracles. Because there are two types of growth actually. One is horizontal growth and the vertical growth. Horizontal growth, basically, the globalization brought the horizontal growth. Say, for example, if US or China or other developed countries, if you saw a invention or a development, you just copy and implement in India also, so that you can develop. That is the one way of thing, horizontal. Vertical growth says that exponential growth, which required some level, that means 0 to 10 kind of thing. That required a different type of mindset, different type of tool. Only the only through a miracle it can happen. That miracle is technology. So what we can do is that we can expand with your support, and the people around the CPCRI actively playing a role there. We can develop a larger entrepreneurship, technology entrepreneurship ecosystem in Kasaragod. Probably our own team is there, and we will work together. We'll work out a strategy. Interestingly, the district collector agree graduate as well, so he would be more interested to take up the lead also. So we'll see that. We'll work out.
Sure, sir. We will be with you, sir.
Okay, Dr. Abdul Majid.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please. I am Dr. Manikandan, M.R. Manikandan, Principal Scientist from CPCRI. I have come in place of Dr. Muralidharan. Now, our lead manager, bank manager, Mr. Kannan, Kannan sir wants to share his experience for 10 to 15 minutes. Then you can ask your doubts. Okay.
Sir, Malayalam.
മലയാളത്തിൽ ഞാൻ എന്താ പറയുന്നില്ല. ഇപ്പോൾ നമ്മളുടെ ലീഡ് മാനേജർ നമ്മളുടെ ഉണ്ട്. സോ അവര് ഇപ്പൊ ഒരു 10-15 നിമിഷം എക്സ്പ്ലനേഷൻ അവരോട് സർവീസ് എക്സ്പ്ലനേഷൻ ആക്കും. പിന്നെ നിങ്ങളുടെ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് ആൻഡ് ആൻസേഴ്സ് നമ്മൾ സെഷൻ ഡിസ്കഷൻ സെഷൻ പിന്നെ ആക്കാം.
അല്ല, ഇപ്പൊ പറഞ്ഞത് ചെറുതായിട്ടൊന്ന് മലയാളത്തിൽ പറഞ്ഞത് ഒരു വലിയ ഉപകാരമായി. റിയാസ് സാർ.
ഓക്കെ ഓക്കെ റിയാസ് സാർ, ജസ്റ്റ് യു ക്യാൻ.
Probably we should not be. That is where the Kannan sir സംസാരം കേട്ടതിന് ശേഷം ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ അനുസരിച്ചിട്ട് we can expect. Otherwise we will waste it. നല്ലത്.
Yeah, sir, that's good, sir.
Kannan sir.
Good morning to all. Sir, first of all, I can speak in the English only. I do not know much in the Malayalam. Okay. First of all, I am thanking you, our CPCRI and our Kerala Startup Mission for this wonderful program. Here, actually, in for the technology providing and everything, our CPCRI doing a very lot of very wonderful they are doing. But until so far, what we have seen, actually, as a lead bank manager of Kasaragod, what we are seeing here, the taking up a new role in the each and every part of the district is very needed, because of here basically many of the people NRIs and many of the people, here the production is abundant, but whatever that productivity is not converted as a end product. And it was many of the things there people are depending from the other state or other part of the Kerala. Here the product conversion taking whatever the many people they are unable to make it in a large scale or the financially viable scale. Okay, for that our startup missions are Riaz sir has told many things whatever they are doing the support. And here that project will be there in the startup mission. It will be from a small to very large also. But here, other than the startup mission, they are giving a good support. But other than that all the commercial banks and RRB and societies and who are whatever the banking needs in the district also, they are providing a lot of support. From a small minimum investment to a maximum, whatever the things is, everything is based on the financially, technically, and the economically viable proposals. Here actually there is a lot of programs and the government sponsored schemes were there. Other than that, there are now recently also that in the our central government also announced this agriculture infrastructure fund and animal husbandry infrastructure fund. There are a lot of schemes are nowadays. It's a lot of coming in. There up to 2 crore they can do under the CGTMSE without any security. That with the CGTMSE coverage they can apply. And moreover, each and every part they are getting almost an interest subvention of, if they are doing the promptly repayment, they are getting the 3% interest subvention. That is, here it will be applicable from even a small loan of 10,000 to a maximum of 2 crore also. So here who are the entrepreneurs, they want to take up any new advantage, they can apply through the nearby banks and they can utilize the services of the banks. That is one of the things. And mainly the banks, they will look up about you have a technically sound, you will be this one whatever the implements and our thing, whatever the machinery cost, the capital expenditure and the raw material purchase for the working capital also, both it will be available. And particularly they will first look about whatever the project cost, they will look about the financial viability. Then they will take it up with your credit rating. The credit rating, the individual borrower or the organization or the partnership or the private ship, whatever the cases it may be, there should not be any default. And if it is the everything okay, and then nowadays there in one more advantage is that if you are customer having a good credit rating, now there are the RLLR rating is there. Almost it's available with all the banks. They will get, even if you are having a very good credit rating, the person will get a finer rate of interest also compared to the same other persons. These are the some of the very advantages are there. And they can apply based on the schemes and availability of the this one, they can apply through the for the subsidy portion also, or else without subsidy also they can apply. It will be available to all. And here that as I already told that the CGTMSE coverage is that many of the things there will be, firstly there will be striking within that security, if at all any security part what they can do. That is the one of the doubt will be there, but now it's the CGTMSE they can utilize. Almost all the banks they are extending the services. So like this, by using that one, I am requesting those who are in and around. Now I think one of our guard from Ahmedabad has told, being a Kasaragod, here the people are not willing to invest in the locally. If they invest, if they start the unit, there are the abundant potential is that. In our district also there are areca nut, cashew nut and mussel farming and some of the village oriented industries. So many things were there. So that here, whatever the things, the locally available material and locally the whoever can start up the entrepreneurship, everyone can approach that whatever the banks and they can utilize the services. If at all anything, any issues with the related to that any credit facility, they can contact us, our lead bank office also. This is a small brief, and whatever if at all any clarification or any queries, we will answer, sir.